Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you've missed a little bit on an interesting issue, shopping habits of consumers, but don't feel disenfranchised. You can follow us on our other platforms, our website, our Twitter handle, our Facebook, and of course you can reach us on any of our contact details which are being scrolled on your screen. Like I told you, we'll be discussing two other issues. I have with me here Mr. Abiodun Obumiyowa, the Deputy Director, Public Relations, CPC. Welcome to the program, sir.
A pleasure.
Mr. Obumiyowa, I'll just go straight to it. We've already talked about the rights of the consumer, and we're going to talk about two aspects, shopping tips and the role of the CPC. But before we go to shopping tips, I want you to tell us what responsibility the consumer has and the role of CPC. How can they help them in exercising this right?
Okay, thank you so much. CPC can do a whole lot, and we've been doing so. But let's go to the first one, the first leg of your question, which is responsibilities of the consumer. We expect that you as a consumer, when you go to the marketplace, you want to buy anything, you must be aware of the fact that there are certain labeling markings, particularly if what you are buying has some packaging. So, for instance, you want to buy a drug, you need to know what's the expiry date. You must check for that. You must also check even the content. They are all these things are there. And anytime you go to the market or you want to buy anything and these things are not there, then don't just go there, don't touch, don't buy, because you'll be wasting your money and you'll also be endangering yourself. So that's one. For instance, you want to buy maybe a tire. You need to know when it is manufactured. You see a mark or some marking on the tire, a 4-digit figure. For instance, let me give an example. Let's say 1915. Okay. It shows that that tire was manufactured 19th week of 2015. Yes. And so all these things are very important for you, okay, and you need to know that. And what is it, CPC, what have we done? That's why you see us going from one market to the other, making sure that what is in the marketplace is right. And when we see anything offending our law in terms of compliance, we remove them from the marketplace. Yes, but we cannot be in every outlet, we cannot be in every supermarket. So you as a consumer, you have to do a lot for yourself, because we believe that the consumer is the first protector of himself or herself.
Okay, so what you're saying to us is basically that consumers have had some of their complaints resolved in CPC. So if I have a complaint, do I have to come to the headquarters in Abuja, or I can walk into any CPC office anywhere?
No, you don't necessarily have to come to us. Technology has helped us a lot. You don't necessarily have to come to our office. If you are that savvy in terms of technology, you can get to us through our website. You can also contact us on our Facebook. You can also interact with us through our email by sending your complaint to us. But let me say that we have our headquarters in Abuja here. Okay. We also have offices in the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. We also have an office in Lagos. So all these offices are there for consumers. And anytime you walk in, within the working hours, you always be attended to.
Okay, thank you. Briefly, we are running out of time. I just want you to let the consumers know some tips on shopping.
Oh, it's quite very, very important for a consumer to know the right thing to do when you go to the marketplace, either the open market or the supermarket. For instance, you need to have a list of what you want to buy.
Ladies are very guilty of that.
Yes, you'll just be roaming about.
Window shopping.
And you need to keep to your list. Okay. You need to also shop around, what to call window shopping, knowing prices, so that you will not be wasting your hand and money. You need to get the best price. You also need to go with a budget. If you don't go with the budget, then you will be overshooting. So you need to go with a budget to say, this is the amount I want to spend. Okay. You also need to ensure, for instance, if you have a product being sold in your neighborhood, you don't need to go far, because you need to think of the travel cost. You need to think of the time that you are going to spend. In addition to that, you need to have a time frame for your, what do you call it, shopping.
Shopping, interesting.
Yes, you need to have a time frame. For instance, I'm going out, I'm going to spend 3 hours. Keep to that, because time is money. And so, besides that too, the timing of your shopping is very important. You don't go to the maybe supermarket or a big mall or even the open market when you see everybody trying to shop. Yes. It can be energy sapping. Okay. It can really be frustrating. And so, apart from all this, you need to know the refund policy. Good. Of where you are going to buy
so
from.
I have to keep every document I get.
Yes, you need to know whether, if there is any problem, can I go back to either get a refund, to get a repair, or to get replacement. Thank you so much. So all these things are very important. You also need to know that you need to keep records of what you have bought, your receipt, what time did you go to that shop. All these things are very important in case you need to go back. And then you can say, at so time I came here, I bought this, this is the receipt that was given. And very importantly, particularly for those of us who do online purchases.
I was just about to say that.
Don't give your details anyhow.
Okay. They
are very important for you to be safe from those bad boys.
Sorry, I want to ask a quick question. Yeah. These online shops, do they have their terms and conditions on their websites, on their web pages, or do we just assume that it's the general terms and conditions of every other shop?
No. Some of them, yes, they are quite familiar. They are very close to each other, but the details of each of the online shop or online trader, you need to know, because what A is offering, B may not be offering it. And so it's very important for you to be more detailed about knowing the specific of each of these online traders.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Bumewa. Before we go, Mr. Bumewa, can you kindly give a message to the Nigerian consumer today?
My message to the Nigerian consumer is that we should stop grumbling. Without us being there, the businesses will not be there. And so we need to assume that our rightful position of being the kings and the queens in the marketplace. Nigerian consumers, please stop grumbling, complain out, go back to whoever has sold the product or service to you. If you are dissatisfied, please come to Consumer Protection Council. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bumewa.
Thank you.
It's been wonderful engaging you today. We hope to see you soon. Dear viewers, you've heard it all. We're taking a short break, and when we come back, we'll have an update on the activities of CPC. We also have a segment on the Consumer of the Week, and you may contact us if you've exercised your right or gotten redress from CPC. Let us know, and we can bring you on the program to educate other consumers in similar situations. Don't go away.
To make a complaint to the Consumer Protection Council, in order to obtain redress over a product or a service, you contact the seller or service provider and present your query. Ensure you keep relevant records of your conversation. If the problem is not resolved at this level, complain to CPC. Your complaint should be clear, providing relevant facts such as where and when you bought the product or service. You should state clearly what you want from the seller or service provider. Is it a refund, a repair, or a replacement? Complaints should be sent either to the CPC office nearest to you in any of our zonal offices across Nigeria, CPC head office in Abuja, the official email of the council, or by telephone. CPC does not charge fees for complaints.